We have some breaking news from the NFL where Jerry Jones promised something big, and he delivered this afternoon, acquiring defensive lineman Quinnen Williams from the New York Jets. That's the latest from our NFL insider Jonathan Jones. It's the second move of the day for the Cowboys after getting Logan Wilson from the Bengals this morning. And it's the second massive trade today for the Jets after trading Sauce Gardner to the Colts earlier in the day. They'll reportedly be getting a first-round pick in this trade for Quinnen Williams. And that means the Jets have 3 first-round picks in 2026 and 5 first-rounders over the next 2 seasons. All right, the NFL trade deadline is slowly approaching with all this stuff going down. We have the full squad here to talk about it. Rand Carthon, Pete Prisco, and of course our NFL insider Jonathan Jones. JJ, Jerry Jones said something big was coming, and Quinnen Williams is now a Dallas Cowboy. What more can you tell us about how all of this went down?
Boy, yeah, no, we started getting some word around the time of the Sauce Gardner trade, the first blockbuster of the day involving the New York Jets, that Quinnen Williams could get dealt. I was live on air with you, Jacqueline, when I was getting those texts, and I was like, oh, well, that'd be big. So been trying to chase that one down ever since then. You know, there's not that great of edge rush help that could be out there, that could be attained. What is the next best thing if you're not going to get someone screaming off the edge? Pushing the pocket, making the quarterback uncomfortable, making life easier on the guys on the outside. And so the Dallas Cowboys go out and get Quinnen Williams, who I just got a text from one AFC executive who said, yeah, a lot of these trades have surprised me. He said, I didn't think open for business meant Quinnen and Sauce. I think that's the sentiment around a lot of the league. Yeah, oh yeah, open for business, but all pros? That is who the Jets are sending out of town. We're going to get to the Jets, but this is big for the Dallas Cowboys. It's big for the Cowboys this year at 3-5-1. You may think their season's over. Clearly, the Dallas Cowboys do not. And they're going to have Quinnen Williams under contract this year, next year, I think one more year after that as well. Of course, you'd probably reach a contract extension agreement at that point. Just an otherworldly trade deadline that should have been quiet and ho-hum up until last night. This is about as big as it gets in the NFL when we're talking about fireworks ahead of the 4 p.m. Eastern trade deadline.
Yeah, and this is a great move for the Dallas Cowboys, like JJ said. And when we were on earlier and we were talking about it, and we were talking about could they possibly go on the edge. And I said it wouldn't shock me if they went interior defensive line. And think about a pairing of Kenny Clark and Quinnen Williams. Now, you got a big, strong, stout guy, Kenny Clark, and then you have the interior disruptor in Quinnen Williams that can also rush the passer, which is actually the quickest point to the quarterback is up the middle. And so that's a great pickup for them. But then if you're the Jets, and you mentioned they have 3 first-round draft picks in next year and then 2 the following year, and it just makes me think about our buddy Rick Spielman and his effect that he's having on that organization, who he's now with the Jets. In 3 different occasions in his career as GM with the Minnesota Vikings, he had multiple first-round picks, and that's how he helped build that roster. So you can kind of see the effect of Rick Spielman and the moves that he's made in the past and how they're coming to fruition with the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, look, the way teams look at it now, it's like if we're not in it, we're giving up these players and we're going to go get some young, cheap players. And you get a contract now in the NFL, it's prohibitive to your salary cap. And so why not trade them away and go get draft picks, which are younger players and cheaper players? It makes sense. And so I get it. The big thing in the equation is you better get them right.
Yeah.
Because if you don't get them right, you're not going to be working long. And so that's the thing. But the Jets, what do the Jets need most? A quarterback. So now you might end up being first overall pick anyways, but you're going to have the artillery, if you're not, to go get what you need to get. If there's a guy you want, say it's Fernando Mendoza from Indiana, and you want him, and he's your guy, now you almost can ensure yourself that you do get that guy. So I love what they've done. This has been a great day for the New York Jets. And everybody look at it and say, you trade away all pros, and well, first off, you know, Sauce Gardner hadn't played to that, I didn't think. And he's a good player. He hadn't played to get worth 2 first-round picks. And the other guy is a good player, a really good player. But to get younger and cheaper, you have to give up those guys.
And real quick off of that, Pete, you're saying if they're possibly going to have the top pick in the draft, those other 2 picks now allow you to surround that quarterback potentially with players because they've spent resources on the offensive line to fix that part, and then now they can add defensive players and playmakers on the offense to help that young quarterback.
Or trade down or move around and get extra picks. You have so much versatility now. I love what they've done.
Okay, and JJ, you know the full details of all of this stuff, so kind of hit us with it. 2026 second-round pick, all the things that we're getting here, or they're getting for the Jets for Quinnen Williams in exchange.
So Quinnen Williams going to the Dallas Cowboys. The Jets are getting a 2026 second-round pick, a 2027 first-round pick, and former first-round defensive tackle Mozzie Smith, who has been a healthy scratch for most of the year with the Dallas Cowboys. So now the Jets have 2 1s, 2 2s this year, and they have 3 1s in 2027. And just to sort of add on top of what Pete and Ran are saying here, and just to be clear, they have enough to go draft a quarterback. They would have enough to draft a quarterback if they hadn't traded Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams today, right? Now, if you're sitting at 3rd overall, you certainly have enough to get to 1. It's beyond that. They have enough to go get any quarterback who's on a current NFL team who is not one of the top 6 guys in the NFL, right? If we're talking about the 8th, 9th, 10th best quarterback in the NFL, a team would have let that guy go for 3 1s, right, Ran? Right, Pete? Like, if he is not a perennial MVP candidate, we're not talking about Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Justin. We're not talking about those guys. They have enough. Forget Fernando Mendoza. Like, honestly, forget about it. You have enough to go get just about anybody you want. But what did it cost you? It cost you sending away 2 All-Pros and having a miserable season so far. And frankly, it's going to get worse on the field for the Jets.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility.
Who would have, like, where are you going? Where are you going?
But and also to that point, and I understand what JJ's saying, and I know where JJ is going with this. But in giving up 2 1s, 3 1s for that quarterback, whomever that quarterback is, the next key component is, have they paid him already? And are you inheriting the contract, or will it be solely on the Jets to now pay said quarterback $40+ million and give up the draft compensation? Just to me, it'll be a bit much instead of just drafting a young player.
See, and I think JJ drew the line, right? So the line is win with or win because of. And you would give up 2 1s to go get a win because of quarterback. You're not going to go give up 2 1s to get a win with quarterback. So I think there's a clear line there. So I can't see anybody that, I mean, are you going to, for example, if Brock Purdy were available, you're going to go give up 2 1s for Brock Purdy? I mean, JJ, who you have somebody in mind, so I'm trying to figure out where you're going with that one.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, when we woke up today, all of us, we didn't think that Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner were getting dealt. So, like, shame on us if we think that come March, there's nobody that the Jets could acquire who would actually be an effective quarterback. Let's also remember, the Jets have tried a number of avenues to go, and they've tried the draftable quarterbacks. It hasn't worked for them. And we also have to be completely honest and open with ourselves about how we've kind of poo-pooed a lot of these quarterbacks who are going to be in the draft. So